Yankos roaming up to these raptors here. He wants to have a little bit of vengeance for those wolf camps being stolen over. He knows SOFM doesn't have flash available to him, but he is level 5, and Yankos is getting roamed on by Angel here. He was spotted out by Ward. He gets stunned up, drops solo, and Angel rains hell down onto Yankos for first blood. G2 dropped the first kill of the game. Chases G2 out of river, starts up the Herald. Sordar's clearing out the vision here. We'll see if G2 decides to contest this or even try and push Suning off, or if it's a free give. That's a double stun for Mikyx, but nothing behind it, at least not just yet. Perkz is teleporting in, and now Suning is on the retreat. They need to evacuate the area. Sordar barely manages to sidestep the Tempered Fate, buffers the Q to get himself to safety here, but G2's in hot pursuit. Jankos over the wall. He wants more. He wants blood. Suning trying to turn it back around, get whatever they can before they drop dead. It's a 2-for-1 overall, and that Herald's starting to look juicy. G2 should be able to collect this for themselves after they clear out that mid-wave. Huanfeng getting some plates for himself down bottom, trying to trade back what he can because he doesn't have that summoner spell to teleport in. Angel getting collapsed on. Where did you find yourself? You're behind enemy lines. That's a gold card, but Perkz getting dropped so low, barely manages to live. It was close, but no cigar. A nice try out of Angel, but it's now a 3-for-1 on the side of G2. G2 working their way back towards this dragon pit. The dragon is now spawned, and Suning was able to sneak out that scuttle right before we panned into vision. SFM taking that for his teammates. Being forced back, but Wonder has been spotted out. G2 has the inside track onto mid lane. They're going to push out this wave, make sure Huanfeng has to catch it, and they're going to transfer their tempo lead to this dragon. Suning has to aggress onto them as they're forcing the issue, but look at Bin. He has a flank and he's undetected. They're trying to get through this choke point, but Swordart finds a hook on the Perkz. He doesn't shift out in time. He's getting dropped down so low. He goes down before the fight can even start. G2 no longer has the damage to support this. They're routed. They got to get out of there. That's 4 alive for the side of Suning and a possible soul point. The dragon resets. That's going to give G2 a little bit of time to regroup. Yanko slides over the wall. He's not quite done with this. He wants to go for the smite steal. He can't quite get it. He's getting bursted out too quick. But Caps over the wall denies the soul point with just that. Wild cards. He has a stat deck available to him and one miraculous steal. And look at the timing on those wild cards. A second sooner, a single more auto, and Suning is on soul point. But the miracle steal out of Caps saves them from that fate. Bard and Sword Art facing off in the river, trying to get control of that vision, but luckily for Mikyx, he has his teammate behind him to muscle the Nautilus out of there, if not temporarily. Look at the gold graph. Suning puts themselves back in the driver's seat. That's a great spot to be, but G2's playing the scaling composition. Sword Art goes for the hook, can't quite find it onto Mikyx. He needs to get out. He's suddenly being aggressed on by 4 players, 4 members of the G2 squadron. They're on top of them, and they're on the retreat. Mikyx, backline Bard. He's going for Angel. Angel reaches for the blast cone, but can't quite find it. That's 2 autos fended into the ward. He cut off the escape route in the most creative way possible. And now that's a Baron going over to G2. Look at Nautilus, under 20% HP, but Bin and Huanfeng are in the area. Are they going to try and stop this, put an end to this early Baron, or is it going to be a free push for G2 here? You see Bin ready to engage. Perkz goes over the wall, tries to zone out SOFM. He's going to burst him out 100-0. Sword Art gets there just in time for his teammate, but he could go down himself. Who's actually getting caught here is Huanfeng. The enchanted crystal arrow finds it smart. Bin in a 1v3, has to escape with his life, and Huanfeng is running amok on the backline. Jankos, the slows are coming out, nearly gets executed by SOFM, slides out just in time. An expertly played fight for the side of Suning. G2 no longer has the man advantage now that Angel has rejoined the fight. Sword Art misses the dredge line just barely. Caps has to re-engage. Wonder also on the attack. It's a strong counter from G2, and Sword Art's already been dropped so low. He tries to find solace in his teammates, but no one will save him now. Wonder flash follows to finish him off. Bin trying to get access into the backline. Can't quite do it. He's exhausted, but SOFM, a big kick followed up by an ultimate from Syndra. The G2 carries have been eviscerated. Caps is the last one standing. Trades back one of his own, but he's now in stasis, and he's got nowhere to go. He tries to flash back into the bush, doesn't quite have the damage to finish Huanfeng. That's a soul point for Suning. On the mid lane, Perkz wants to get as many HP bars low before this dragon can start in the next 25 seconds. Huanfeng meets the business end of an arcane barrage, but luckily for him, he's going to have that minion wave available to him to lifesteal off of. Not too much meaningful poke, all things said and done. And look at Bin flanking onto the backline again. Where have we seen this before? SOFM walks in, he wants to start the fight himself, but can't quite do it. He's getting chunked out, Sword Art over the wall, finds the hook onto Jankos, a squishy target getting bursted low. Bin has been activated, he's onto the backline. Perkz is in so much trouble here, manages to make it over the wall with his life barely. How much does it matter though? G2 so far behind, Hwanfeng gets flashed on by Mikyx in no man's land, makes it to safety just in the nick of time. That's going to be Scuttle available to Suning. Even more of an advantage. That's lifesteal, vision, and speed that they now have available to him. But G2, they're not afraid. They're flashing back in onto Sword Art, getting dropped solo, uses the last bit of utility he has before falling dead. Bin tries to follow up his teammate, but it's a 1-for-1 at best. Hwanfeng, you no longer have summoners. You have the damage of Ezreal in your face. Angel, where did you come from? He's behind everyone. It doesn't matter what items you have. You're too low. Perkz is dead. It's a 2v2, but not all 2v2s are created equally. Caps is too low. He no longer has those summoners available to him. No longer the luxury of being able to back and re-engage. Suning, full control of the Dragon Pit. This is Soul Point. It's a desperation wild card. He had to land it twice, but he won't. SOFM, he will not fall for that yet again. And it's Soul Point for Suning. Perkz is in the top lane. He's trying to clear as much as he can, possibly for an item, but look at Suning. They've already taken out the tier 2 turret, and they're onto the inhibitor. G2 need to regroup, and they need to do it quickly to force Suning off before they take everything. Mikyx, he drops the ultimate onto Hwanfeng, but will he survive the encounter with Angel? Just barely. That's a big ultimate out of Perkz. So much AoE damage coming out of G2. They could possibly win this yet, but Bin is in the back line, and he's doing all the damage he needs to. Perkz finds the dredge lane even after the flash. Will he drop down? Is there enough damage to do so? Not enough. The armor coming in for Perkz, so clutch, and G2 stave off the engage from Suning. Mikyx moving up onto SOFM, throwing his weight around a little bit, but there is a lot of members of Suning in the area. He has to be careful when clearing out this vision. That's an engage onto Perkz. He's stunned up, but he has the QSS to keep himself safe for now. Caps with the gold card getting engaged on, but the exhaust is being dropped to mitigate as much damage as possible. Back in is the Lee Sin. He wants more. Top deck gold card and 3 members of G2 could put an end to his reign. A W there to keep himself safe. He has a teammate to jump to for now. Suning disengage, and with Ocean Soul, they can regen and look for another fight after that time passes, but Bin wants it right now. He flashes onto Caps. Another exhaust keeps Caps safe. It's a gold card being pulled out, but can't quite find the range. Suning again back off. No blood has been shed yet in this fight. Bin looking for another flank though, but this time he's getting spotted out and chased down. He uses his dash to try and get to his teammates. He's getting chased down, and it's a double stun. Angel's on the front line. He goes down to the burst of G2. This is dangerous. Suning has to get out with their lives, or this Elder Drake could go over to G2 quickly. Another point and click stun onto the Lee Sin. You can't dash out of that one. Wonder onto the backline, and Mikyx is there as well. Follow up from Perkz. So much burst being poured out. Can't quite find another kill, but the main advantage is still there, and they move on to the Elder Drake. They're going to try and tear this one down. Ocean Soul will help out Suning tremendously here. There are some low HP bars onto the side of G2. This isn't impossible, but it's dangerous. They're willing to risk their lives. They're willing to throw bodies at the problem. He engages back onto Mikyx. It's another hook, and a Dredgeland finds the mark, but wanders into the backline yet again. Caps has to flash out. It's a big ult. So much damage, and it's a Tempered Fate splitting off the team. It's now just a 2v4. Not much Bin can do. Another stun coming out. He's getting kited around by Ezreal. SOFM tries to make it back into the pit, but the dragon isn't in smite range. G2 are going to get soul for themselves and win the all-important fight. You see a dominant performance from G2 in that last fight, and oh my god, looking at the damage dealt, 10,000 off the back of Perkz. That extra armor, the extra tankiness the Ezreal gets in that build, allowing him to navigate the fight, output so much damage. And you see Caps there just using the Twisted Fate ultimate for some vision. He doesn't really need it for the fights at this point, because G2 is looking to end. They're barreling down the top lane here, already have one tier 2 for themselves, looking for the inhibitor. They're not even going to be contested as for now. Suning knows how strong they are with these double major buffs here. They're marching on to the Nexus. I think they might even want to go for the end here. Wunder has now regrouped with the team. Bin is still in the mid lane. He needs to run back. His teammates are outnumbered, outmatched, and outgunned at the moment. They need to defend this before they can lose the entire game. Bin is back. He has some semblance of a flank. He has access vaguely to the backline, and Suning, every time they try and engage, that's a gold card waiting for them, an exhaust waiting for them, a bar disengage. There's so much work they have to do if they want to win this fight, and it's Suning on the engage. But look at this, they can't even get to the backline, they can't start the fight, but here we go. Wunder dives into the backline, he's getting bursted out so quickly. Syndra zeroes him out, a massive scatter of the week here. Perkz has to get out with his life. It's only a few members for G2 still alive here. They're looking to re-engage, but what can the carries do without a front line? Caps is ulting, but he can't quite find the range. A blue kite onto SOFM, he's not dead. And Caps, where can you go? You have no teammates. Perkz does what he can before he falls, but G2 has just been clean. Not even the last tower will go down. What can Suning do with this? Can they look to end, or will it just be the regroup for their team? Suning looking to end here, 4 strong in the mid lane. Bin's already hammering away at this turret before his teammates can even arrive. They're dead set on ending this game before the G2 has the chance to respawn, regroup, and defend their towers. Wunder and Jankos are already up. Mikyx has joined them as well. They have 3 strong for the next 9 seconds. They have to defend here. Mikyx ults both of the towers. There's no damage being brought down from Suning just yet. Jankos, a brilliant Zhonya's to deny Angel the ult. That's so much burst lost for the team. But is it too late? Perkz has rejoined the fight. Caps is up in 1. Wunder's in the middle of it, but he drops down. Angel's stunned against the Nexus. One shot by Caps. Perkz is still on the front line, untouched. Suning's now being routed. They have to run out of the base, but the cleanse has been used from Wanfeng. Caps still on the chase here. Hit by the Q. He's dead. 2 left for Suning. G2 is so close to victory here. Caps ults in. They're trying to stop the backs here. Knock, knock. Who's that on your Nexus? It's Perkz. He's heading for the end. He wants to finish the game. Caps is denying the recall. Bin can't make it back either. It's going to be a victory for G2. How long? How hard do they have to fight for this? Back and forth, but in the end, Perkz will take the Nexus and G2 win their first game against Suning.